But yeah, I've been kind of looking at a lot of movies. I haven't really sat down and watched a lot this year because I've been so busy. But I do the background thing. I put on a lot of YouTube documentaries and stuff like
Yeah,
that
I do a lot of that.
while I'm working. And
Yeah.
saw a really interesting one from I can't remember. Oh, New Rockstars was doing, and I don't know if you're familiar with them. They take movies, they take the Marvel stuff and The
hmm
Hobbit and all that, and they kind of break it down and show you the Easter eggs and give theories and that type of stuff. And I enjoy that, and they do a great
Oh,
job.
okay, cool.
But he did that with The Shining, Kubrick's
hmm
Shining, which I've never been a big fan of that movie.
I liked that when it was like the first time I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't understand it the first time I
Right,
saw it,
right.
really, you know. And
Oh,
I
you
was
got
just
to watch
like,
it like three times
yeah,
to get
you know,
any
it's
of
just
it.
like, oh look, Crazy Boy and an axe, and
Yeah.
there's some stuff there and whatever, you know. That's about it. And I watched a couple more times. I was like, damn, this is really good. And then we went and stayed at the Stanley Hotel and watched it in our hotel room, which was probably stupid, but it's
Yeah.
on 24 hours a day there,
Yeah.
so you know, whatever. But yeah, that's a great movie.
It is a great movie. I like the miniseries much better because I used to read Stephen King religiously. Like I've read
Well,
everything
the
that he
miniseries is
did.
truer to the book
Right.
by far. Yeah.
And Doctor Sleep is really, I mean, it is a sequel, but it's a sequel to the book that
And the movie.
that nods at the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they really translate. They kind of acknowledge a couple things that happen in the movie, kind of, you know,
Well, I mean,
with a
you know,
wink.
I think that it was great, and because it managed to be a sequel to both,
Right.
and I really think that was a great movie. Mike Flanagan is so good.
I think Doctor Sleep was a better movie than either of The Shining, in my opinion.
It was very different.
It was very different than both of them.
Yeah, you know, it was really different. I mean, I would say it's on par. Um, you know, my problem with The Shining is not necessarily The Shining. My problem with The Shining is people that think that every single thing happens is symbolic. Now, Kubrick put a lot of symbolism in there.
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
you know, and then everything meant something, right? But you know, when they were like, I mean, people think that it refers to it references the moon landing.
Right, the fake moon
Yeah,
landing.
and I'm
Right,
like, gee, are you kidding me? And it's like, oh well, the kid has a you know a sweatshirt on with a rocket ship on it. It was like, well, what kid in the '70s didn't?
right,
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah. So you get a shirt with a baseball player on it or a baseball team or something, right? Oh, Kubrick was in on the ground floor of the steroid thing. He knew what was going on, man. He knew that was
right,
happening there.
right.
Bullshit. It's just
Yeah,
a shirt, you know. And they said the carpet looks like the engines or
right.
whatever, you know, like the rocket, the bottom of the rocket on the space shuttle. I'm like, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean,
And
no, it doesn't.
if you get an opportunity to watch the new Rockstar breakdown of it, Eric Ross does a fantastic job of just kind of pointing out. He speaks to the moon landing stuff
Yeah.
and really debunks it. I mean, there's nothing there.
No, there's not. There's not.
But there's a lot of, let's see, got to remember this is YouTube, so there's a lot of imagery about Jack being abusive to his son.
Yes, a lot.
That
Yeah.
with the BJ bear
hmm
and the carpet and the
hmm
balls and all that.
Yeah.
So I never got that until Eric Ross was breaking it down. I'm like, oh, holy shit!
Oh
I
yeah.
think that's real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of subtext, and I think that's what makes it feel so uncomfortable.
Right,
Um, you know, it makes it feel very uncomfortable. But there's, you know, I mean, there's just that underlying feeling of what is wrong with this family.
right.
Like, it's not just that dad's a booze hound. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just that, man. And it's not ghosts, and it's not just all this. There's something really wrong with this family.
Well, and so the between the two, so the relationship between Jack and his wife in the miniseries and
Mm-hmm.
the relationship between Jack and his wife in the movie are
Mm-hmm.
completely different.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, he despised her. You could tell he just absolutely
Mm-hmm.
despised her from day one.
That's because she was fooling around with Popeye.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
So
But yeah, just some crazy, crazy subtext there.
a lot. Yeah.
And I have to wonder if Kubrick like did all of this because I think that was his intention is to bring out that subtext,
Right.
but it
I don't.
doesn't
I
seem
don't
like the
know.
actors knew.
And I mean, I don't know if they did or not, but I think cinema at that time was not ready for that
Well,
story.
absolutely not.
And it wouldn't have been as big if they put that aspect of the story in.
It
So I
wouldn't
think
have
he
got.
had.
It wouldn't have got out.
No, it would have been made. Yeah.
Never.
But I feel like yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, but then there's also again, there's a lot of stuff that's not. I mean, it's people are like, oh, well, it's an allegory for this, or it's an allegory for that, or it refers to this. Yeah, sometimes a cigar is just a
Right.
cigar, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.